Welcome to Sew Anastasia, and today we're going to sew beading on the bottom of this dress with a serger. So cool! In order to sew beads on your serger, you're going to need this special beading foot. You can get this online or at your local sewing machine dealer. So I bought this dress at the thrift store, and adding beads to something is a great way to add a personality to the garment. So I'm going to be taking these beads and adding them to the hem of the garment, and we're going to do this with the serger. Today I'm going to be using the Viking Huskylock S25, and I have my machine set up to the 3-thread wrap overlock wide because I'm using a large bead. If you're using a small bead, you can set it up to the 3-thread narrow. The first thing you're going to need to do is take off the foot we have on and go ahead and clip your beading foot on. So you want to go ahead and hit this red lever in the back, and it's going to release your foot. And now we want to go ahead and drop the foot lever back down on this bar back here. So you want to get your foot lined up in there, so this clamp is going to drop on top of that bar when you go ahead and lower your pressure foot. So go ahead and lower your pressure foot and it'll click right into place. So go ahead and just double check it and make sure it's going to lift up when you need it to. Perfect. So now we have our beading foot attached to our sewing machine, and we are all ready to start sewing. So let's sew some beads. First thing you want to do is go ahead and place your garment under the foot. And secondly, you're going to take your beads and you're going to fish them in this little hole, and you want to get them all the way to the back of your foot. Okay, and now you can go ahead and put down the foot. Okay, and you want to be careful, you're not going to hit the beads while you do this, but it is magically going to sew on these beads. So now you can see how the serge is overlapping the beads and it's catching the beads in the hem. So you do see your serge thread, so it is important to use a matching color unless you want to have a contrasting look. You could also use a clear thread if you didn't want to see a colored thread. Okay, so I'm almost at the very end of my hem, and when I get to the very end, I just want to keep serging off for a little bit, so that way at the end we're going to cut the beads and we're going to take our extra thread tail and tuck it in. So you can see that I still serged on these beads here, and I went right off of my hem. So now that I have a good length, I want to go ahead, I'm going to go down about 5 or 6 beads and clip. And you are all set to completely finish this. So now what we can do is take this, and I don't want to clip my serge, but I want to get these extra beads out of here. So go ahead and very carefully clip the bead. Okay, so now I have the beads out of there, and I have my extra serge tail here. So this I want to take around to the back, and I can hand sew that in or put it on the end of a needle and fish that through the serge so it stays back there. And it looks like maybe I have one extra bead I can chop off. Let's go ahead and chop that off. Perfect. So let's put it on the dress form and check it out and see what it looks like. Here's our dress with the beaded hem on it. So fun and exciting. So this adds a little pizzazz to any hem of a dress. You could do it to the edge of a sleeve. You could do it to the edge of a pillow if you're into home decor. You could really put this on the edge of anything. Thanks so much for watching Sew Anastasia today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Make sure to follow us on Instagram for our daily sewing adventures in the studio at Sew Anastasia, and also Anastasia Chatzka for everything at the boutique. And if you're in Chicago, make sure you stop by and check out my collections or take a sewing class with me. And all that information is down below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!